Hello and good morning. Happy April 13th. We're going to start out with something that I am calling Disney Pictures Alphabet. So, this is a new series that I'm going to start, and I kind of did something on my Instagram story with this last Friday where you take in that case, it was a song, and you fill in like your favorite of each letter. So, I'm going to do the same thing with Disney picture movies. It's got to be Disney Pictures. None of the subsidiaries, except for Pixar. I'm going to throw Pixar in there, but none of the subsidiaries. None of like Marvel, Star Wars. We're going to take all those out. We're going to just do Disney Pictures favorite film. So if it was like favorite color, and I got to be blue. So yeah, we're just going to go letter by letter, and I'm going to say my favorite film, kind of explain why. I'm going to keep it moving, though, because we got a lot to get through. So luckily I have done the research. Here we go. If you want to do this, create your own video as well. Let's compare, debate, go down below. Let's see how it goes. Let's start with A. A, right off the bat, Aladdin. We're going to see a lot of 90s, a lot of 2000s on this list. Aladdin, fantastic film. Uh, and that's the 92 version, not not the live action. I don't think there's any live action on this. We'll double check. Like remakes, that is. But Aladdin, gonna take the A spot. Not a lot of competition there, in my opinion. B, Beauty and the Beast. 1 year before, as I said, we're going to see a lot of early 90s on this list, more than likely. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite Disney pictures, so that's not very surprising that it's dominating the B land, or the B letter. Beauty and the Beast coming in at B. C is where we have our first real competition, in my opinion. I got Coco coming in as my favorite C letter movie. Fantastic film, one of Pixar's best. But I'm also gonna bring up two other films that aren't as good as Coco, but they're definitely worth mentioning. One is Cars. The first Cars I really enjoyed. Not as good as Coco, but still a very good movie. The next one of my favorites growing up, Cool Runnings. If you haven't seen it, about the Jamaican bobsled team, fantastic movie. Came out in '93. Great watch. I would probably go Coco, Cool Runnings, Cars. Honestly, that would probably be my order. Coco just is superior, but Cool Runnings, really, really good movie. True story as well. We're on to D. D was a little bit of a weak letter. We got D to the Mighty Ducks. Love the Mighty Ducks series. I think the second one is one of the coolest one because they get the international competition. I recently rewatched all the Mighty Ducks movies though, and they're just not very good movies. They're fun, they're great, but they're not like the best. There's a lot of continuity issues in those films, and just things that kind of don't really make sense to sports. But fun movie. D2 is going to be my D letter. Let's go to E. E was another very difficult one. And I'm going to have Elemental, recently released, well, 3 years ago, Pixar movie. I thought this movie was really creative, really well done. Didn't get enough shine, in my opinion. Super underrated. But yeah, Elemental is going to be my pick. I have two others that come behind it. Uh, Emperor's New Groove, very fun movie. I feel like it's just done better with time. Really wish there was a ride at one of the parks for it. And then I'm also going to mention Enchanted. Enchanted is a fun movie. Um, you know, Came out in '07. It's been a little bit forgotten. Um, but I thought it was fun and it was a good release, and Amy Adams did a really good job with it. But Elemental's probably one. If I'm going one, two, three there, Elemental, Enchanted, and then probably Emperor's New Groove. One, two, three, probably in that order. Let's move over to F. F has got one of the toughest ones, in my opinion. We're dealing with two films here, Finding Nemo and Frozen. I could really go either way here. I'm going to go Finding Nemo. Even though, from a movie standpoint, I'm going to go Finding Nemo. If we were just dealing with the music, I'd go Frozen. I'm going to give Finding Nemo the edge. One of my top Pixar films, not the top one, but definitely in, that top, it's in the top 20%, which is really strong. Back when Pixar was just kicking out bangers every single year. Frozen's still really, really good. This is probably one of the toughest decisions, but Finding Nemo, I'm going to give it the crown. Frozen right there. Let's move over to G. G is not great, but there is one movie that does reign supreme over them all, a Goofy movie. I don't need to say much more on this one. A Goofy movie, fantastic. Great music, Eye to Eye, one of my favorite songs. A Goofy movie takes G, no questions asked. Let's go to H, a movie that I believe probably would never be made today, Heavyweights. If you've never seen Heavyweights, it's about a fat camp and a bunch of kids that get under the reign of Ben Stiller as a crazy, crazy counselor, I guess, or leader, I guess, if you call it. But I don't think this movie would ever be made to be able. I don't think this movie would be able to be made today. But it's a fantastic watch. I know it's on Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty funny. Ben Stiller's crazy in it. Yeah. So Heavyweights, no competition there. That takes the H. We've got quite a few things to kick out here again. Inside Out 2, and The Incredibles. I think I'm going Inside Out 2 here. I'm pretty much at a toss up once again with the Inside Outs. I could go either way on this particular day. I'm gonna go Inside Out 2. Inside Out right behind it, and then The Incredibles behind that. Incredibles 2 is not good enough, in my opinion, to make anywhere near this list. But I'm going to go Inside Out 2. I thought it was really well done. Anxiety is a fantastic character, really well written. And Inside Out, the first one, very, very well done in its own right. And The Incredibles is really good too. But I'm going to go Inside Out 2. Let's move over to J. J was another one of those ones, a little bit of a weaker letter for me, at least. I just have one movie written down here, and it's The Jungle Book, the live action version. This is one of the only live actions that I really enjoyed. I thought they did a really good job bringing all the animals to life. This is kind of when I had the hope of, oh my goodness, maybe something great is coming around the corner off of this. It really didn't happen off of this movie that came out 10 years ago. So this brought hope to the live action remakes for me, but that quickly got closed. But this is one of the ones I thought was well done. So it's going to take my J spot. K, well, there was very little, and the winner here is a flashback to my childhood, a kid in King Arthur's court. I know I loved this movie as a kid, and I haven't watched it in a while, but I loved it as a kid. I think I watched it during the pandemic when I was rewatching a whole bunch of things, and I don't think it was so good then, but K's really weak, and this was the only thing that I was like, yeah, that works. So that's going to be my K, and it's just because I remember watching it a lot as a kid. I remember the whole baseball scene, and him going down and everything like that, and Kate Winslet's in it. I think there's a few other big actresses in it that are just random. That's the fun thing about looking at some of these things is there's a lot of actresses that are well known. But I'm going to go with that. I don't really have much more to say. K is a little bit weak. L's got a powerhouse. We got two, in my opinion, that I'm really back and forth on, but in the end, The Lion King is going to win animation version, 94. One of the best Disney has ever made, in my opinion. So The Lion King will take L down. Little side note, though, it's not on the same level as Lion King, but had it not been there, Lilo and Stitch animated version, cult classic. It's gotten better with time, in my opinion. The music's great. Lilo and Stitch has to at least be mentioned, in my opinion. Um, let's move over to M. There was a lot in M that's good, but in my opinion, not good enough to be at that top spot or mentioned. There's a lot of good in M. But the one that I put on the top, a movie I greatly enjoyed in theaters, and also I've rewatched it, and it's just a really, really good one, is The Muppets. Jason Segel does a great job. Amy Adams making her second appearance here on this list, or getting a shout out. She's great in it. So many cameos in this movie. But just a fun Muppets movie. You know, and this one kind of gave the Muppets life. They got a television show off of this. There was a few sequels off of this. So it gave it some life, and then it kind of dipped away again. But this was the peak of great, great Muppet, um, a great Muppet production, in my opinion. And I hope they bring the Muppets back, but that was a really, really, really cool story. And was a big fan of that movie. One of my favorite Muppet movies. I thought it was very fun. So it takes down the M. Let's go to N. N, we bring in Nicolas Cage because it has to be National Treasure. I mean, what else could it be? The first one, not the second one. Second one, not as good. The first one is fantastic. One of just so fun. All the different places they go. The treasure hunting aspect is so cool. Declaration of Independence, stealing it, the maps. Big fan of National Treasure. I can't believe that movie is now 22 years old. That's nuts, seeing the '04 next to it. But yeah, National Treasure easily takes the N spot. Let's go to O. Not much in O, but another movie that is underrated in my opinion. It has a lot to do with the fact of when it got released in 2020 onward. Pixar film that's actually really good, and just it's Pixar's attempt at D&D, which I think is really cool. I think it's a really fun movie that just not a lot of people saw because it came out right at the beginning of the pandemic, and just didn't get as much praise as it probably should have. But a very good Pixar film, and in a fairly weak, I'm not gonna lie, O category, it kind of easily wins it. Onward is my O. Let's go to P. Just one written down here. Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl. That is Pirates 1. Could have gone with, this is the best Pirates. I mean, all the Pirates are fun, don't get me wrong, but this is the best Pirates. This is Johnny Depp at his best. The story is very fun, very cool. It's standalone. Another movie that, looking at the year of '03, now 23 years old. It's nutty. But a great one. Pirates of the Caribbean. Number 1. The Curse of the Black Pearl. And off of this is where we got a lot of changes to Pirates of the Caribbean to ride. A lot of Jack popping up, which was a lot of fun. Let's get to Q. There's nothing. There is no movie that I've seen. Actually, I think there was one. There's one Disney Pictures movie that starts with the letter Q. I think, if I remember right, doing my research, and I had never seen it, so I can't put it down. So there's a couple letters coming up that fill that category, and I think Q is either they don't have anything, or it's like there's one film and I hadn't seen it, so can't put anything down. Q gets to nothing. R. We got 3 films here that kind of go back and forth and fighting each other for the spot, and my number 1 spot here is going to be Remember the Titans from 2000. Great football movie, fantastic soundtrack, but a movie I've seen many, 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 many times. I know it's not 100% accurate of the true story, but regardless, Denzel Washington is fantastic in it. There's a lot of actors in this one as well that had some pretty good careers. When you kind of look at like the full bill of who was in it. But Remember the Titans has to be number 1. I got 2 others. in this and the letter R. Ratatouille, number 2. Really, really good movie. Not as good as Remember the Titans, in my opinion, but right there. And then this is kind of the oldest one I think I'll mention, kind of looking through my whole list here. Robin Hood. Robin Hood from 73. Always been a big Robin Hood fan. It's a fun movie. It's a short movie. I kind of go around from time to time singing the intro song. But yeah, Robin Hood has to be mentioned, but Remember the Titans takes the R, Crown, Ratatouille right behind it, and then Robin Hood right there as well. Let's go over to S, and this was a letter I thought I was going to really struggle with because I thought there was going to be a lot of S titles that were going to be really good, and that just didn't come out to be. I found one that was, in my opinion, way superior to the others. I only have one listed here. Saving Mr. Banks. Came out in 13. Great movie. I thought I was going to struggle a lot more with S, but I was proven wrong. Just not as much S starting movies that I thought. So Saving Mr. Banks, still a very good movie, but I was surprised that was my S choice. Let's jump over to T, and one series has dominated the T letter. Toy Story. You can go 1, 2, 3 here. Any of them are great choices in my opinion. I, for this assignment, have put number 3 as the best, but this is really a day of. It could change. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3. They're all fantastic. They're all so well made. The only time I will judge you is if you say Toy Story 4 is your favorite. That would be weird. I'm definitely going 1, 2, or 3. On this day, I'll go 3. I think it's the most emotional. It's where the story should have ended, in my opinion. A great send-off. I'll go 3, but 2 so good, and 1 started it all. You can't go wrong with any one of those 3. Let's go to U. This one's very easy. The next 2 are actually very easy. U, Up. Not much more else to say. Probably one of the most impressive starts to a Disney movie of all time. First 5 minutes, emotional as hell, and really, really, really well done. I don't have to go too deep into this one. This is an easy win for Up in the U category. One of the best Pixar movies ever made. V, nothing. We got nothing for V. W, I could pretty much relay the same thing I just said about Up as this W movie right here. Wall-E. Fantastic movie. Not as much competition in the W category once again. But 08, 09, back-to-back years with Pixar movies there with Wall-E and Up, knocking it out of the park. Wall-E, one of my favorite Disney characters across the board. It's an easy one for me. Don't really need to go too much into it. Wall-E's also my favorite Pixar movie ever, so that was an easy one for me. X and Y, we got nothing, so we got to pass on both of those. Z, we got a competition here, and that's Zootopia and Zootopia 2. And how I have it on my chart here is I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to pick. I feel like either way you can't go wrong. I'm going to go Zootopia 1. It's the one that started. That doesn't knock anything on Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2, fantastic film. Splitting hairs on this one. But Zootopia, fantastic film. And I hope that they bring a land to it to the States. That would be awesome. Both those movies, so good. But I'll give Zootopia 1. The push over the top. That's it for today. The fun little different thing. I'm calling this the Disney Pictures alphabet. As I said before, create your own. Explain why. Debate with me down in the comments. Tell me where I'm wrong. I hope you all have a wonderful Monday, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see y'all soon.